Lack of confidence.
Broken.
Not myself.
Isolated.
Insecure.
Invisible.
I was traumatised.
Depressed.
Shut down.
When I first walked through, I was frightened, anxious, scared. Didn't know what I was walking into.
I actually went to the One Voice performance at the library first, and then I joined your group I think a couple of months later, and at first I was like, whoa, what the... I won't swear, and then I was like, what am I doing? This isn't doing anything, but it must have done, because I kept coming back to see what was next. Like, well, I'll just go back to see what's next. And then I kept coming back, and then some days I think I'm not going, and then I just kept wanting to come back because I thought, well, there's obviously something there that's wanting me to go, and it was just, I think it was the friendships I started making.
When I came in, I was very scared to say I couldn't read, I couldn't write. Now, I'm trying to write, spell. I've done very, very well, I think, so far. People are proud of me.
It's so different from what we expected. This journey, it was not an easy journey, but with the support and kindness among that group sessions and from Sharon herself, it was just amazing. Made each one of us lift our heads up high. We knew that in these sessions. We had times when we were broken, we were crying, we were laughing, but we knew that in that tears that we're shedding, there'll be lots of hands to approach you, to hug you, to cuddle you, to love you, made you feel important.
So I joined One Voice, I joined Verdegree with Behind the Mask project, and that taught me for the first time how to contact my inner voice again, how to listen to what my inner me was actually saying, the truth of me. So for the first time I was starting to hear that voice, and I was starting to pay attention to it.
Initially I had severe PTSD. I wouldn't leave the house. Everything was a massive effort, and for me to come to that course, I must have had faith in it just to step in the room. But week by week, things changed. I changed. My PTSD alleviated. My anxiety reduced. I saw my self-worth. And just Sharon believing in you makes you believe in yourself. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I got out of it, was that I started to believe in my words, my thoughts, what was right for me. And I started to think about myself more, as opposed to thinking about those around me, the children. It started to be where I knew I had to work on myself, and it wasn't selfish to do that. So yeah, it just, and I now work for Verdegree, which is the biggest blessing ever, because I'm supporting women the way that I got supported, which is, honestly, I can't even put into words how that feels. And to see women go through it and come out the other side is the best feeling ever.
Yeah, I think I'd kind of lost my way in lockdown. Had two big losses, so there was a lot of grief as well for me to kind of process and deal with. And I think feeling like I didn't really know which way to go next. I wanted to step back out into the world from being at home, in my studio at home, but I didn't really know where to go. But needed to kind of shed all of this grief as well, and the project really helped me to do that, to sort of
find myself again underneath all of that.
When I first went to Sharon's, I was a suicidal wreck. So it has saved my life. All the therapy, nothing. They were a quick fix. But Sharon has saved my life. The creativity. Writing. I don't know how to write poetry or anything like that. But she found this way of getting inside you to find what is there already. It's already there, but you don't know how to release it. So she'd give me a word, and then at night, 4 o'clock in the morning when I wasn't sleeping, this words would just pour out of me. And I'd send it to her in an email, and she'd get this ping in her email and realise that's Tracy's words. But while I was doing it, I had no idea. I was healing, literally healing. I was crying while I was writing, but I was healing. And it's a healing, you're not feeling it at the time. You don't realise what is actually happening to your whole mind and your body. And the other thing is I had a lot of pain, in physical pain. And with all the therapy or work that I've done with Sharon, I have no physical pain, because the physical pain came from the mental pain and the emotional trauma. And it affected me physically. I was actually a stooped person when I first met with Sharon. And now I can stand up straight because I haven't got that physical pain that was coming through from the mental pain.
It changed my life completely and utterly. I was just broken and stuck, and I didn't know, I couldn't see a future for myself. And then I came to the first course, and I knew straight away, I knew in the first session, I was like, I love this is going to work, it's going to work, I feel better. It was just like feeling that was my place, that I hadn't found, I hadn't felt like that for such a long time, that there'd be a place for me. And all of a sudden there was a place where I wasn't judged, I was accepted for who I was. There was no expectations on me, so therefore I couldn't let anybody down. And there's this group of women that I know now that if I need anything, if I pick up my phone and send a message, I know without a shadow of a doubt that somebody will be there immediately, straight away. Where else do you get that? Where else do you walk into a room and nobody ever judges, ever? And well, none of us are perfect, we all make mistakes, but you're never judged for them, ever. You just accept it, and I feel like I belong. It's amazing, it's the best feeling in the world, and it has totally changed my life.
So if you want to cry, if you want to let your emotions out, we're there for you. There's always a phone. And I think everybody that's stressed, frightened, anxious, this is the place you need to be, because it's done marvellous for me and everybody else that's in the group.
The creativity encourages a connection to yourself and, most importantly, with others in the session.
Since I've been with Sharon, I've been in theatre, I've been in museum, we've been on trips, we've been in Whitestone, and it's just brilliant, and that's what we need. We need to get out more and do more stuff, and I just love it. It has done. We just love to do full of people, audience. It's nice to do something, and they understand us and we understand them, and to prove them if we can do it, they can do it.
And Sharon encouraged me to apply for an MA in creative writing. I did it, and to my great surprise I got accepted, and I've just completed my first year. So that was incredible.
I've always dreamed of a little girl being on a stage. Thought I'd never get there, it'll never happen to me. But, believe it or not, it did happen to me. There were loads of people, and I got up and I'd done it. But I was scared, anxious, because my dream had come. I couldn't believe it.
I really enjoyed creativity, but I didn't know how it could help me, but I started to attend. I was at a really low point in my life. I was depressed, fearful, lost, and I think joining the course really changed my life. It helped me to understand my feelings, I think, because my feelings had been hidden for so long. I didn't know what I felt. It helped me to express them. And sometimes I feel like a little child in the music and the dancing. She knows I love movement and dance, and I just feel like I'm reborn. I'm reborn.
And then even total strangers have come up to me after a performance and they've said, "Can I hug you?" And to me that has been absolutely moving, touching. A stranger coming up to me saying, "Can I hug you?" That's after watching me perform, or if I've read a poem, or if I've said something that I've written. So it does touch hearts. Sometimes it could be hearts that you know, or sometimes it could be a heart of a stranger. So I think it's important to reach out and show people what we are about and the work that we do.
In these sessions, you don't have to be creative, to come. Like, it's not necessary that you're creative and you're going to join it. Playing with colours, music, dance, playing with words and writing, and putting your depression and anxiety onto the paper without thinking what you're doing, even scribbling. Just the outcome is beautiful. It's just like art, dancing and laughing and playing with words. You don't even have to be so good in words. You don't have to be a professional writer. You don't have to be a professional painter. It's just the beauty of this one voice is that you are yourself. You are holding everything for the first time, but holding that first time, you've got the confidence. You're playing in your own way. An outcome is a beautiful painting. It's like, colors to the canvas of life. Beautiful, each and everything.
I've always felt to be on the periphery of the world. That's been my norm. But I said this the other week at the group that I believe that I found my tribe.
I think it's so powerful because they see so many of us from different backgrounds, ages, races, coming together and just being like a family. And a lot of them want that as well. They want that belonging that we have. But the thing is, with one voice, whoever comes in is always welcomed in. So they automatically become that one voice family, which is the biggest blessing we can give to people. Because we always open our arms and embrace whoever comes in. It doesn't matter who you are.
But because of my autism, because I have the inability to regulate my emotions and the inability to regulate impulses, I find it difficult to come across calmly in the way that neurotypicals would like me to. And I've had to have years of suppressing those natural traits. And I find here now I have a space where I don't have to do that anymore, where I can just be who I am. And my behaviour will be accepted here, just more than in anywhere else I've been. So that's important for me. It's starting to empower me. I know I have a long journey to go, but I'm beginning it. And I feel like now I've been invisible all my life, but I'm starting to colour myself in. I'm starting to get more definite outlines. And I'm starting to believe in myself and to dare to dream again. So hope is beginning to come back.
It's lovely to have that support of the group. You walk into a room where everybody's completely different, but we're all human and we're all just trying to get, deal with whatever life throws at us. And we do it by, being there for each other and giving each other a big hug.
I'm so passionate about the word diversity. Being as a Muslim person, born in England, British Muslim, I'm a person of colour and I've always been proud of my colour. And I know that the people in the group are aware that I suffer discrimination. So for me, it's so much more important to belong to a group that's diverse. We are human. Our humanity goes beyond colour, culture, faith, backgrounds. To me, that is not the first thing that I think of. The first thing I think of when I come to my group is human. We all belong on this planet. We are a diverse planet and we share so much. When I listen to the lady speak, to me nothing matters. Nothing matters, it's what's coming from their heart and that they are human. They have feelings, they have needs the same as I do. So that is diversity to me. And I feel that this group deals with that in such a beautiful, loving, caring, unique way. And I just wish that people would embrace that, copy that, and do the same, because that is diversity. Diversity is when you can sit in a room and talk about your inner feelings, and the room is full of people who don't share your culture, who don't share your background, your faith, who are not even the same colour as you, but they understand you. That is diversity.
Right, so if you like reading, you go to a reading club. If you're interested in athletics, you go to athletics club and learn how to do it properly. I consider this is a life club. So it teaches you how to survive in life. Now, when you go to a therapist, or if you're on the phone to somebody, or they are dictating to you. They might not, in my opinion, it's like they are telling you how you should live your life. Like, I know how to do it, you don't know how to do it, you failed. When you come here, it's not that you failed, it's everybody is reaching out saying, I need a togetherness of how to survive through life, and everybody's saying, actually we all do, and nobody's judging anybody, and nobody's saying that I know it and you don't know. Everybody's saying we all make mistakes and it's okay, let's learn from those mistakes together and let's give wisdom. And there's a Muslim Arabic hikmat. It's let's share our knowledge with each other of how we survived.
The reason why this group is so powerful and strong is because everybody has had something happen one way or another. But it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter whether you're poor or rich, your ethnicity, colour, age. There is no lines here or there. It doesn't make any difference. We all support one another. Everything we do here together is all done with love, a sisterhood. We support one another, we listen to one another, we share our moments with them. And not just that, when somebody tells you something, you don't, oh, well, yeah, that happened to me. But you listen, and then if they want to ask about you, you can share that experience. In other words, hopefully that is going to take them on their path, on their journey, because it's a journey that we're all together. We're on this journey together. And then we want other people to be on that journey with us. So the love and the trust is a big thing, a real big thing. Trusting one another, that everything we do together is through here.
For me, it's like a lifeline. I come here to re-energize myself, to feel me again. When I am me again, I can go home and be a better mom. I can be a better daughter, a sister, a friend. And this is what I get from the group. So it's almost like a drip. I come, I feel myself, I reconnect, I gain and I take and I change and touch the lives of people around me. And if this was to stop, I know that would impact me in a negative way. I don't see another group like this. I would feel lost without it. So for me, I would say the funding is so important for this to continue impacting the lives of so many beautiful women.
You've just got to see what this work is doing to people and how it must continue on a long term. If you're going to grow like a child, they grow in stages over the years, and that's how we are. We are growing through this experience, and the funding is what's going to help all these people. There are so many women, men, children that need this. They need this help, they need this support, and you need to get the funding out there and help these people.
This is very important to keep this lessons on. It really is important, not just for us, for everybody that's stressed, down, anxious, nervous. It's just got to stay on. We need it badly.
I think it's so powerful because they see so many of us from different backgrounds, ages, races, coming together and just being like a family. And a lot of them want that as well. They want that belonging that we have. But the thing is, with one voice, whoever comes in is always welcomed in. So they automatically become that one voice family, which is the biggest blessing we can give to people. Because we always open our arms and embrace whoever comes in. It doesn't matter who you are.
Many people are like me and feel so broken that we need a lifetime to heal again. And so many projects only last for such a short time, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and it's over. But for those of us who need a lifetime to heal, we need that continuity of support. We can't go forward if we haven't got a safe place to come and be and to learn to trust ourselves again and to have hope.
I've met so many people that need this kind of work and never get it, that have spent years going from counsellor to counsellor because you get 6 weeks with the GP or 6 weeks with a counselling service or 8 weeks or 12 weeks, and then you just, discharged back to your life, and actually nothing's changed in your life. You've been living with these things for, sometimes decades. To expect you to change your life around in 12 weeks, it's ridiculous. And this is ongoing. You never have to not be a part of it unless you choose it. And it's that keeps you going, knowing that that's always going to be there, that you've got support, that you're no longer fighting this by yourself, that you've got somebody fighting in your corner. It is life-changing. I mean, I never thought I would have a job again. I never thought I'd work again. I never thought I would have a social life again. I had no belief in myself that I even knew how to do any of those things anymore. And now I'm working with Verdegree, and it's incredible. I love everything about it. I mean, where else do you go to work and get told by your boss that you are a beautiful, amazing woman just as you're walking in to run a session? Where does that happen? Nowhere. And it's massive because I just know that people believe in me, that people know that I'm good at what I do, and that makes me know. I know that I'm good at what I do. I know that I've got skills, and I didn't believe that. I think without Verdegree and without this work, I would still be sitting at home in my four walls, not going anywhere, too frightened to go out, too anxious, too depressed. I wouldn't have a life. at all. I definitely wouldn't be working. I know that for a fact because I've tried. I've had counselling, I've had antidepressants, I've done all of that. None of it worked. None of it. Apart from this is what works. This changes lives. This needs to be rolled out to as many people, and not just women. You know, for anybody that's isolated and alone and depressed and anxious. It's totally life changing.
Lollipop, do 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 do, you make my heart go giddy up, do 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 do, bye lollipop.